Sometimes the wrong choices in life take you to the right places. Life is random. Life teaches you so many different things that don't make sense. So stop beating yourself up when you make mistakes, because sometimes they take you to the right places. A lot of us has been there where we feel like, oh no, life is going wrong. Oh no, this bad thing happened. Oh no, I screwed up. And you end up learning that it was a blessing in disguise. You end up learning that it was just a detour taking you somewhere else. You were on the right path. It felt bumpy. It felt like you were seeing, bridge out ahead. It feels like you were seeing dangerous roads, icy conditions. You were seeing all these things that were scaring you and leading you to believe that you were going down the wrong path. And it felt like the wrong path ultimately, but it was the right one. It was the right direction. It was what God intended you to go down. But like I said, it was uncomfortable. It was a bumpy ride, but it taught you the right lessons. Sometimes you have to go through things to grow through things, to grow in life, to build your strength. You don't know what you're made of until you are tested, until you go down those roads where you have to be a skilled driver and you have to navigate the right ways, and you have to make sure that you're staying focused and intentional so that you don't wreck, or that you don't ultimately not make it, through into your destination. So think of that. We've always been there where you had that breakup and you thought that girl or that guy was going to be your future spouse. That's who you were going to marry. They made you feel ways you never felt before, and it didn't work out. And maybe you were heartbroken for a day, maybe you were heartbroken for a year, maybe even more, but you meet somebody new and they were better. And maybe you're with that person today, maybe you're not with that person that next person either, but somebody better is going to come, as long as you keep pursuing, as long as you keep driving, you keep going down the path to get to your ultimate destination. But same thing with the job, same thing with the career. We've been there where you get fired, and being fired sucks because it feels demoralizing. It feels like you're not a human. It feels like you're just a number, that you're all these things. But then you find a new job and you feel better. You're in a better ecosystem. Or maybe you messed up and you got fired, and now you feel like crap because you're like, crap, I screwed this thing up and I got fired, and where's my value? And now you're struggling to find work, but you create your own business. You say, you know what? I'm going to just build my own business. I have enough knowledge. I have enough talent. I have enough, fortitude, willpower to just, I'm going to start my own practice. I'm going to start my own business, start my own consulting. And you make it happen. You still figure out a way. And I think these troubled times, these mistakes, these failures are there to teach us ultimately, whether it's just to teach us patience, to teach us strength, to teach us persistence, to teach us that we're better than we've been putting on in our life, that we were better for that. We were above the level of that person that we thought we needed. We were above the level of that job that we thought we needed, that we were, meant for more, or that we were playing it too safe in life. We were too comfortable. And God and the universe has a funny way of making you uncomfortable in order to get to where you need to be. Like, hey, you're too comfortable. You're playing it too small. You're meant for bigger and better things, but you're not pursuing bigger and better things. You're staying comfortable. You're staying lazy. You're staying, still. You're procrastinating. You're playing weak, whatever phrase or word you want to use. And I think God will wake you up. He'll get you uncomfortable. And sometimes those mistakes are mistakes that you truly made. And sometimes those are things that maybe God let the devil tempt you with, or let, life tempt you with, so that you had a lesson to learn. But you don't go through things for no reason. I don't care what anybody says. So if you think that you're ever being punished, or that something bad's happening to you and there's not a reason for it, there is. Either you're stuck in some form of sin, that you're addicted to something, or life's there to teach you something, or you're there to become something greater. That's what I say on a lot of videos, is you're not breaking, you're becoming. But there is the trap of sin, where you keep doing your same sin until you die. You're addicted to drugs, you're addicted to alcohol, you're addicted to sex, you're addicted to some, gluttony, whatever, something. And that will, either you'll figure it out, or you ultimately perish through it. That's my belief, but I'm not God, so I can't tell you fully. But yeah, stop thinking that everything that went wrong or bad or, mistake that you had has just ruined your life. No, it's revealing things in your life. It's building you for something better. It's going to teach you a lesson that's going to make you better as long as you learn the lesson. And it will take you to the right places, even when it doesn't feel like it. Like I said, you go down that back road and it's a detour, but the detour is scary. It's dark. You have to have your high beams on. There's deer and running across the road. It's raining and snowing and icy conditions, and you don't know where you're even going. You can barely see your GPS. Your Wi-Fi is not working, so you can't use your phone. You just have to trust the road. You just have to stay focused and keep your foot on the pedal. Basically, keep driving, and you'll get to the right place as long as you trust and believe that everything's working out for you in your favor, and that things are aligning for time in time and space that you cannot see, and that God and the universe is guiding you to where you ultimately need to be, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's scary, even when it hurts, even when it's lonely. So this was Consistency Day 362. I hope you got something from this message. I hope it taught you something. I hope it motivated you. I hope it challenged you. I hope it made you think different. And if it did any of those things, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And other than that, I wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.